Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
What's your outlet?
Folks, what is going on? It is May 4th, and it's time to get some free money. You are tuned in to Degenerate Danger Zone. I'm your host, Ty B. We got Slick L and some guy named Steve in the building today. First, a shout out to our sponsor, Outlet Liquor. What's your outlet? The place to buy a case. Perfect place to go spend your winnings after we're giving out free money. I had a great day yesterday, swept all my picks. One pick got delayed to today, but we'll get back to that because I'm on it again. Steve, how you feeling after yesterday? I know you got in that parlay of all our top picks of the day.
Yeah, I think I might have to run it back again today. It was fun. You know, I took your favorite play, Meerkat's favorite play, my favorite play, put them all together, got plus 390 value on it, and Warriors hit with ease. The Hurricanes dominated, and then the Rays were up 5-0, gave 3 runs back. Made me a little nervous, but then a 2-run home run by Manuel Margot in top 9 sealed the deal. Just a free, easy plus 390 parlay. And I love the slate today for baseball. I can't wait to dive back in.
Yep, absolutely. I'm diving back right in where I left off yesterday. I mentioned one of my games being rained out yesterday. I'm going right back to it. You got an early start and a 7-inning game now, and that's why I like the Rockies even more in this one. Aaron Sanchez, I said it yesterday, big fraud numbers right now. That's not what his real numbers are going to be. And going in to Colorado, it's a very tough place to pitch. I think he's going to get shelled today. I love the Rockies in this one. Still only sitting around minus 120, not too much juice. I'm just absolutely loving that play. Slick, what are you targeting first here today?
First, I'm targeting a decent basketball slate that we got, but Charlotte Hornets versus Detroit Pistons. I got the Hornets minus 4.5. Hum diddly D. LaMelo Ball's back. Give me that announcer from the Hornets all day while LaMelo throws oops to Bridges. I've been taking the spread against the Pistons all year when it's a decent little spread like 4.5 or 3 because, frankly, the Pistons just aren't a good team. And ever since they lost Derrick Rose, I don't know where these spreads are coming from on the bookmaker's end, but give me the Hornets minus 4.5 all day.
Oh, absolutely. LaMelo's been making some of the craziest plays since he's been back. You saw that long distance Hail Mary to end the half the other day. Some plays that you never see in the NBA, and he's been bringing a ton of youth and exuberance and just absolute tomfoolery out there on the court, and you love to see it. Hopefully they get a big dub for you tonight, Slick. But Stevie, what are you targeting here first?
Yeah, Slick, you don't have to convince me on LaMelo. I said earlier this year I'd take him over Zion going forward. I'm sticking with that. I think he's a franchise-changing player. But I'm going to baseball for my first play, and this is my favorite play of the night. I love this play. It's the White Sox spreads over 9. I don't get why it's just 9. You've got the White Sox and the Reds, 2 of the best offenses in baseball. The Reds are first in the MLB in runs per game. I don't think many people know that at 5.6. And then you have the White Sox who come in at 4th at 4.9. They both score runs. And the pitchers on the mound, Jeff Hoffman versus Dylan Cease. And like what you said, Ty B, with Aaron Sanchez, you know, the numbers are kind of deceiving. That's exactly what it is for Cease and Hoffman. Jeff Hoffman has a career 6.11 ERA. This year, you know, he's in the high 3s. That's going to change. Dylan Cease, he walks everybody. His numbers are a little inflated with his start last time, 7 scoreless. Not going to do it again. This isn't the Tigers lineup. This is the Reds lineup, a much better hitting lineup. Dylan Cease, he's a career like 4.7 ERA. I think this goes easy over 9. I love both these teams to score a lot of runs. And this game's being played in Cincinnati. Great American ballpark this year, number 1 ballpark factor for runs and number 1 ballpark factor for home runs, and that's above Coors Field right now. It's been the biggest hitter-friendly park all year long. I'm just going to keep riding it, and you get 2 top 5 offenses right now.
Yeah, a quick mention on that. I read a nice article today from over at Fangraphs talking about the amount of home runs this season as comparing it to seasons past and kind of predicting where it's going to be in the long run. And looking at it for the month of April, it kind of came in down a bit from 2019. But if you look at it over the long term and what it projects out to over the entirety of the season, based off of home runs per at bat, it still would be the second most home runs ever in a season to 2019. So the ball's still traveling, but we're losing some of those line drive home runs because of the higher drag coefficient on the ball. So it's keeping some of those in the park a little bit more. So that's something to keep note of. But the home runs are still flying out at a pretty decent rate. The game I'm targeting, I was on it yesterday, but I'm on it today for different reasons. I think the overs are going to continue. I think this is another game where you got two guys where their numbers look a little bit better than they really are over the long term, over the course of entire season. You got Kyle Gibson and J.A. Happ in this one. And the Twins have hit 6 straight overs. This game sits at 8.5. It was a 6-5 game last night. I think it's a great opportunity to get another over in this one. Still 54-degree weather, just slight breeze. I think it's perfect for some runs. Slick, what else are you looking at?
I'm going right back to the NBA. I'm looking at the Brooklyn Nets going against Milwaukee Bucks. The Nets are at plus 102, even money, and Durant's back, Irving's back. I think, honestly, this line just comes out of the inconsistency that we've seen from Brooklyn this year. How many times these star players actually play with each other, and when they do, they don't always live up to the hype. I don't think James Harden's playing tonight. 16th straight miss, not a surprise. I think they can still get it done with Kyrie and Durant. In my opinion, Durant's the best player in basketball right now. And that Milwaukee Bucks team, Meerkat always says this, but I agree with them. They're frauds. I don't know. They always sit at the top of the East, but what push are they really going to make when it comes time? When it comes go time, where are they really going to go? But I think tonight will be maybe even a Eastern Conference Finals preview. Who knows? But I like the Nets at even money for sure.
I think that's a great play there. Obviously, it's always a kind of a Pandora's box when you're betting the Nets early on in the day when you don't know what the lineups are. But if you're able to, get that line in, or get it in before a line changes, it's an absolute great play. But Stevie, I know you said you're sticking with baseball today. What else are you looking at?
So my second play, I know I'm a big numbers guy usually. This is more of a narrative play. I'm going with the Astros-Yankees. I'm taking the over 8.5. This is the Yankees' first game versus the Astros since the Jose Altuve walk-off and then all the cheating, allegations came out, everything against the Astros. The Yankees want revenge. They're going to be ready, and their offense has been great lately. 33 runs in their last 6 games. It's finally starting to look like the older New York Yankees offense. I know you don't want to hear that, Ty, but their bats are finally starting to click. And it's Zach Greinke versus Domingo Germán on the mound. Domingo Germán, he has not looked that great this year. He had a good start last time out, but I'm going to trust the Astros bats. They're the 5th best all, about 5 runs a game to get after Germán, and I just think the Yankees are going to play with a ton of emotion and get after Zach Greinke, who really hasn't been his normal Zach Greinke self. I think age is catching up to him. He gave up 6 versus the Tigers earlier this year, gave up 4 against the Mariners his last start. The Yankees bats are hot, and they want revenge. I could see him come out firing, and the Astros are another team too. They like to play with emotion. This feels like an emotional game to me, and I think both offenses get out early.
I think I'd love that angle there. This is going to be a very interesting one to see. Like, does Altuve get beamed? Like, I would love to see some benches clearing tonight. Right. Because could you imagine Mike Stanton? Yeah, Mike. I'm going to always call him Mike. Mike Stanton or Aaron Judge just wringing Altuve's neck tonight. I can't imagine. That would be must-see TV.
And that's the thing, too. Hit batters, benches clearing, that just helps the over. You're going to get some guys in there who maybe don't throw all the time. You're going to get extra guys on base. I love the play like that.
And my last play of the day is something I mentioned and alluded to yesterday, a team to look out for. We're taking the under on Detroit Tigers runs. You got Nick Pivetta, I believe, going for the Red Sox. He's been pitching very, very well this season. I think he's going to shut this lineup down. They have an abysmal sub 200 team batting average. They've only scored over 4 runs twice in their last 11 games. Over under sitting at 3.5, under 3.5. You're getting that plus value, plus 107. Hammer that under. The Tigers absolutely suck. Miguel Cabrera, sorry. If you're on any other team, you'd be DFA'd, you'd be gone. The dude cannot figure anything out, but somehow he still crushed one of my bets on opening day by hitting a home run in the snow in the first inning. So I mean, I'm going to continue to fade those guys into oblivion. But Slick, what's your last play of the day?
Not too keen on this one, but I'm just looking at the line, and minus 120 is decent value for the Pelicans money line. I was telling Steve before the show, I was very keen for the Warriors to win last night. Didn't know if they could get it done. Did it done in convincing fashion nonetheless. Yeah. But, you know, Stan Van Gundy's done wonders with this Pelicans team, and I don't see how he doesn't come back and make adjustments on a doubleheader like this, especially against a Warriors team that's led by pretty much Steph Curry and 4 other dudes. So I think big game from Zion, maybe Ingram. Ingram's shown out as much as he has this year. Lonzo just had a pretty decent game. I think it's just not a bad idea to take them on the money line going into tonight.
No, it's a game they need to win. You've been hearing LeBron talk about this play-in tournament and a lot of these other guys. So you want to get the best position you can going into that. You don't want to put yourself with your back against the wall. Yeah, exactly. You can make, there's still enough time where there's some wiggle room. You can get yourself into an okay position here going in. But Stevie, what else? Is your last play here in baseball? You're all over it today. What do you got?
So my final play, I don't know how much confidence I have in this one because it's more of a trend play, but I'm just going to keep riding the Jacob deGrom unders. It's 6.5 tonight, folks. It's really low. Their books are really adjusting to this, but you know what? Just keep riding it. They're 4-0-1 this year when deGrom starts. The Mets have scored 13 runs in the 5 games deGrom has started, and deGrom's been basically their best hitter when he starts. So clearly, it's been 3 years now. The Mets just don't want to hit for deGrom. They're playing my Cardinals, who are a good team, but just always seem to struggle against the aces. They got shut out earlier this year against Aaron Nola. And Jacob deGrom's the best of the best. 35 innings pitched this year, only allowed 2 runs. He's got a .51 ERA, a .57 whip. The man's unhittable. And guess what? Last start, the Mets lost 1-0 to the Red Sox. They just can't help this man out. He gives up 1 run. He's 2-2 on the year. He has a .51 ERA, and he's 2-2 on the year. It's disgusting.
He's giving up 1 run every 18 innings. 1 run every 18 innings.
Yeah. And he's 2-2. And I have a buddy who's a Mets fan, and we just like joke around. I told him, I really hope deGrom goes like 5-12 this year and wins the Cy Young.
I think it would be hilarious. It would be one of the funniest things of all time. Like, it's already like one of the biggest, like, kind of like inside baseball jokes. Like, deGrom's going to pitch. He's going to get, let in 1 run, 2 runs or less, and he's going to get absolutely 0 run support, and he's going to get a loss in a quality start. It's
unbelievable.
Every 5 days.
It's been like 3 years of this now.
It's as reliable as taxes.
Yeah. So you know what? 6.5.
deGrom getting screwed out in quality starts with no run support. You'd love to see it, and that's why we have Stevie here to make sure you guys are on it to get that free money. It's been hitting all season long, and hopefully it will continue to, and that's why we're all over those trends. That's why you got to follow us over at Degenerate Zone on Twitter. Make sure you guys retweet, do whatever. Like and subscribe if you're on Twitter or YouTube. Make sure you do it up. Get to Outlet Liquor. What's your outlet? The place to buy a case. Absolutely. One of the largest inventories across Western New York and the best prices. So make sure you get over there on George Urban Boulevard. Thank you, Slick Al and some guy named Steve, for joining me. Make sure you get out to the books. Go hammer them online. Call it in. Do whatever you got to do. Go get that free money. Good night now.